For us in South Africa, it's difficult to find a broad audience on social satire. What is your take on trying to get a film like this consumed to a broader audience than people that typically would go to the box office in the cinema to go and view it?
Actually, I can talk about it from the core of being a filmmaker. If you have a content that you think is important, the fight is to try to get the attention for your content and to make as many people as possible to watch it. 3 films ago, I made a film called Play, which was a typical art house genre movie, no music, just like social realism. And it was a film that I'm really very proud of, but at the same time, I also felt that I was not free as a filmmaker. And I was looking at the movies of the 70s and the 80s in Europe that was wild and entertaining and didn't have a contradiction about dealing with an important topic and being wild and entertaining. So when I started to make my film Force Majeure, that is 3 films ago, I decided that I wanted to combine the best part of American cinema that is completely dependent that an audience is in the cinemas, and then using the best quality of the cinema, that is when we watch things together in a cinema, you have to have something to talk about afterwards. Otherwise you can sit at home and just dopamine scroll, on your own screen.
Also wanted to ask you, in terms of awards and accolades, and I'm very glad to see that you are being recognized. How important is it for you in terms of the success of a film, or when you choose a topic and write a screenplay, in terms of commentary or social commentary and satire that you put together?
I think, if you look at Cannes Film Festival and the award that you can win there with Pandore, it's probably the prize in the world that puts the strongest prestige stamp on your project. So for me, it's great also when it comes to the critics, because the critics, they very often want to be on top of the audience. So when the audience likes something, they feel like, I have to like something else, because otherwise I'm not in top of the audience. Then I'm on the same level of the audience. So a prize like the Golden Palme is like reducing a little bit of, the influence of critics that wants to be above, When I did Trial of Sadness, the reason that I did that film was because I met my wife that is working as a fashion photographer. And she told me about beauty as a currency. Yeah. And I thought it was super interesting. Yeah, beauty as a currency. We live in a time where, how we are presenting ourselves, and the image of ourselves is much more important than the content, what we are saying. So it's a sparkle of an idea, and then you try to dig deeper and deeper and deeper in.
It's always, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I command you, enjoy the moment.
No.
No?
No.
What? You say no to me?
No.
Oh, so it's yes?
Yeah, no.
Yes?
Going in.
Yes!
May I ask you about our beloved Charlbi Dean? I had the privilege of working with her in South Africa on the Spud series. Just maybe reflections from you on the person that is Charlbi and your experience filming with her in this film in particular.
Well, it was just a great experience to get to know her and to work with her. She was such a, caring and sweet person. She was a team player. I think that the audience have to remember, maybe now the South African audience knows Charlbi a little bit, but the character that she's playing in the film, Yaya, that is a very high status person, a manipulating person, is completely someone that is different than who Charlbi was. But also I want to pay tribute to Charlbi as an actress, because I have worked with a lot of actors through my career, that is 20 years now, and I have never worked with someone that is such a precise actress. You could actually give her like a few lines just in directing, okay, play more high status. Okay, she did a take, but playing more high status. Try now to play low status. Okay, she was doing it, playing low status. okay, try now to shift from low status to high status in the middle of the take. And she did it, you know. So there were a couple of like scenes where we were shooting where the sound guy was sitting in Sweden and looking through the rushes. And I got a text like, who is this Charlbi Dean? I mean, she's completely amazing. And how can she pull this off in these few takes that you do? Take a look on her performance when you're watching the film, and like, let's try to honor her memory. And I hope that it can be something that the family and her friends and her fiancé Luke is happy about this film.
I have no doubt, but yes, in honor of her memory, and thank you for those lovely words that you've given. My last question is, would you come back to Cape Town or South Africa and come and shoot here? Is it a place that you would like to come and do what you do best?
That would be fantastic, of course. But, you know, my wife, she's a fashion photographer. So she is quite often going to Cape Town to do shoots. And it probably will be that I will follow her to Cape Town before I'm starting my next project. Yes. So, but it would be fantastic, of course, to work in South Africa. I mean, I've had a lot of great experience, and the nature is just fantastic. It's amazing country.
This is really bad. This is really, really bad.